Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Today we're talking about something really important, speaking English without fear.
Yes, this is such a good topic. I think many people feel nervous when they speak English.
Absolutely. And you know what? That's completely normal. Even native speakers feel nervous sometimes when they meet new people.
Really? Native speakers too?
Oh, yes. I remember when I started my new job last year. On the first day, I was so nervous. I had to introduce myself to maybe 20 people.
20 people? That sounds scary.
It was. My hands were shaking. But you know what I learned? Everyone else was nervous too. The new people were nervous. Even some people who worked there for a long time were nervous about meeting me.
That's interesting. So being nervous is normal for everyone, not just English learners.
Exactly. But let's talk about why English learners feel afraid. What do you think is the biggest fear?
Hmm. I think people are afraid of making mistakes. They think, oh no, if I say something wrong, people will laugh.
Yes, that's a big one, making mistakes. But here's the thing, mistakes are how we learn. I make mistakes in English all the time, and English is my first language.
You do?
Of course. Last week, I was talking to my friend Sarah. I wanted to say, I'm going to the library, but I said, I'm going to the laundry. Sarah was so confused.
That's funny. But Sarah understood you were making a mistake, right?
Yes, she did. She just smiled and said, You mean the library? And we both laughed. It wasn't a big problem. We kept talking.
So mistakes don't stop the conversation.
Not at all. Actually, when you make a small mistake and fix it, people often think you're brave for trying. They respect that.
I like that. Brave for trying. Can we talk about introductions? I think that's where many people feel the most nervous.
Oh, great idea. Introductions are so important. It's usually the first thing you say to someone new.
Right, and people worry so much about it. They practice in their head like, hi, my name is, I'm from, I like.
I know exactly what you mean. But introductions don't have to be perfect. They just have to be friendly.
Friendly is more important than perfect?
Much more important. Let me give you an example. Imagine you meet someone new at a coffee shop. What would you say?
Maybe, hi, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you.
Perfect. That's simple and friendly. You don't need anything complicated.
But what if they ask questions like, where are you from? Or what do you do?
Then you answer simply. You can say, I'm from Brazil, or I'm from Korea, or wherever you're from. And for work, you can say, I'm a teacher, or I'm a student, or I work in a restaurant.
It sounds easy when you say it like that.
It really is. The problem is that people think they need to say everything perfectly. They want to use big words or complicated grammar.
But simple is better?
Simple is always better, especially when you're starting. Think about it. If I say, Hello, my name is James, and I am exceedingly pleased to make your acquaintance, that sounds weird, right?
Yes, very weird. Like you're from a movie from 100 years ago.
Exactly. But if I say, Hi, I'm James, nice to meet you, that sounds normal and friendly.
So we should use normal, everyday words.
Yes, the words you hear people use in real life, not the words from old textbooks.
Can we practice some real life introductions? Like, what would you say in different situations?
Sure, let's start with a casual situation. Imagine you're at a park and you see someone with a cute dog. You want to say hello.
Okay, maybe I would say, hi, your dog is so cute.
Perfect. That's a great start. It's friendly and natural. And then maybe they say, Thank you. Her name is Bella.
And I could say, I'm Alex. I love dogs.
Wonderful. See? You just had a natural conversation. You didn't need to say, Hello, allow me to introduce myself. You just started talking about the dog.
That's true. The conversation feels easier when you start with something you both see or care about.
Exactly. Another example, you're at work and there's a new person in your office. What would you say?
Maybe, hi, are you new here? I'm Alex.
Great. And then they might say, yes, today is my first day. I'm Maria.
And I could say, nice to meet you, Maria. Welcome to the team.
Perfect. You're being friendly and welcoming. You're not worried about using fancy words. You're just being a nice person.
I see. So it's more about being friendly than being perfect with grammar.
Yes. People remember how you make them feel, not the exact words you use.
That's a really good point. But what about pronunciation? I think many people worry about their accent.
Oh, accents. This is important. Let me tell you something. Accents are beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yes, your accent shows where you're from. It's part of who you are. I have a friend named Carlos. He's from Spain. He speaks English with a Spanish accent.
And is that a problem for him?
Not at all. His accent makes his English interesting. When he talks, I can hear his story. I know he grew up speaking Spanish. That's amazing.
So we don't need to sound like native speakers?
No, you don't. You just need to be clear. If people can understand you, your English is working.
That takes away so much pressure.
I hope so. I've met people from all over the world. I've talked to people from India, Japan, Brazil, Egypt, Russia, everywhere. Everyone has an accent, and everyone communicates just fine.
Even native English speakers have accents, right?
Oh, yes. Someone from Australia sounds different from someone from Texas. Someone from London sounds different from someone from New York. We all have accents.
So accent is normal, not a problem.
Exactly. The only thing that matters is, can people understand you? If yes, then you're doing great.
What if someone doesn't understand me? What should I do?
Great question. If someone doesn't understand, you can just say it again, maybe a little slower, or you can say it in a different way.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Let's say you want to tell someone, I'm going to the bank, but they don't understand you. You could say, the bank, where you keep money.
Oh, using different words to explain the same thing.
Yes. Or you could use your hands to help. Maybe pretend you're holding a credit card. Body language helps a lot.
That's smart. So if words don't work, we can use actions.
Absolutely. Communication is not just words. It's also your face, your hands, your tone of voice.
I never thought about it like that. So even if my English isn't perfect, I can still communicate well.
Yes, you can. Let me tell you about my friend June. He's from Japan. When he first came to the United States, his English was very basic.
How basic?
He knew maybe 300 words. But you know what? He made friends. He got a job. He did everything he needed to do.
How did he do that with only 300 words?
He was brave. He wasn't afraid to try. When he didn't know a word, he used simple words instead. When he didn't understand something, he smiled and asked people to repeat.
Ask people to repeat? That's okay to do?
Of course, it's completely okay. You can say, sorry, can you say that again? Or, can you speak a little slower, please? People are usually very happy to help.
I think many learners are afraid to ask people to repeat. They think it's rude or embarrassing.
I understand that feeling, but think about it. Would you be annoyed if someone asked you to repeat something?
No, I wouldn't. I would just say it again.
Right. Most people are the same. They want to help. They want you to understand.
So asking for help is actually a good thing, not a bad thing.
Yes. It shows you're interested in the conversation. It shows you care about understanding.
What are some useful phrases for when we don't understand?
Good question. You can say, sorry, I didn't catch that. Or, could you repeat that, please? Or even just, sorry?
Those are all polite and simple.
Yes. And here's another tip. If you're not sure about something, you can check your understanding. You can say, so you mean, and then say what you think they said.
Oh, like confirming.
Exactly. For example, if someone says something about a meeting, you could say, "So the meeting is on Tuesday at 3 o'clock?"
And then they can say yes or no, and you know if you understood correctly.
Right. This is very useful. Native speakers do this all the time, too.
They do?
Oh, yes. Even when I talk to my mom, I sometimes say, "So you want me to come over on Saturday?" just to make sure I understand.
That makes me feel better. It's not just a learner thing.
Not at all. It's a communication thing. Good communication means checking and confirming.
Let's talk about speaking speed. Should English learners try to speak fast?
No, please don't worry about speaking fast. Speak at a comfortable speed.
But native speakers talk so fast sometimes.
We do, yes, but fast doesn't mean good. Sometimes when native speakers talk too fast, even other native speakers can't understand them.
Really?
Oh, yes. I have a cousin named Mike. He talks so fast. Sometimes I have to say, "Mike, slow down. I can't understand you."
So even native speakers need to slow down sometimes.
Exactly. The goal is not to speak fast. The goal is to speak clearly.
Clearly is more important than quickly.
Much more important. Think about it. If you speak fast but nobody understands you, what's the point?
True, there's no point.
But if you speak slowly and clearly, people understand you. The conversation works. That's what matters.
I like that. So we have permission to speak slowly.
Absolutely. Take your time. Think about what you want to say. Then say it clearly.
What about pauses? Is it okay to pause while you're thinking?
Yes, completely okay. Everyone pauses. When I'm thinking about what to say next, I might pause. I might say, or well, or let me think.
Those little words help you think?
They do. They're like small breaks. In English, we call them fillers. They fill the space while you think.
What are some common fillers?
Well, there's, you know, I mean, like, so, well, things like that.
And it's okay to use these?
Yes, very okay. Native speakers use them constantly. Listen to any conversation and you'll hear these words.
But English teachers sometimes say not to use them.
In formal speeches or presentations, maybe you want to avoid them, but in regular conversation, they're completely normal and natural.
So for everyday English, fillers are fine.
More than fine. They're part of natural speech. They make you sound more fluent, actually, because you're not stopping completely. You're keeping the conversation flowing.
That's interesting. So using and well can actually help.
Yes, it shows you're thinking and continuing the conversation. It's much better than staying silent for a long time.
Can we talk about making friends in English? I think that's a big reason people want to speak without fear.
Oh, great topic. Making friends in English. Yes, this is so important.
Where do people usually make friends when they're learning English?
It can happen anywhere. At work, at school, at the gym, at coffee shops, at parks, anywhere you see the same people regularly.
So regular places where you go often.
Yes, because friendship takes time. You see someone once, you say hello. You see them again, you chat a little. You see them again, you chat more. Slowly, you become friends.
It's a gradual process.
Exactly. You don't become best friends in one day. It happens step by step.
What should people say when they want to make friends?
Start small. Start with hi or hello. If you see them regularly, maybe add, "How are you today?"
Just simple greetings.
Yes. Then pay attention to what you have in common. Maybe you both like coffee. Maybe you both go to the same gym. Maybe you both have dogs.
Find something you share.
Right. Let me give you an example. There's a woman named Lisa who goes to my gym. I see her every Tuesday and Thursday.
What did you say to her?
At first, just hi. After a few weeks, I noticed she always wears New York Yankees shirts. So one day I said, "I like your shirt. Are you a Yankees fan?"
You talked about something you noticed.
Yes, and she said, "Oh, yes, I love the Yankees. Do you like baseball?" And we started talking about baseball. Now, every time I see her, we chat about sports.
So you started with something simple, something you both could talk about.
Exactly. You don't need to have a deep conversation right away, just find one small thing to connect over.
What if you don't know what to talk about?
Ask questions. People love to talk about themselves. You can ask about their work, their hobbies, their weekend plans.
Like, what do you do for fun? Or how was your weekend?
Perfect. Those are great questions. They're easy to answer and they show you're interested.
And people like when you show interest in them?
Oh, yes, everyone does. It makes them feel important and valued.
But what if I ask a question and I don't understand the answer?
Remember what we said earlier? You can ask them to repeat, or you can ask for clarification. You can say, "I'm sorry, I don't know that word. What does it mean?"
And people will explain?
Most people will, yes, and they'll usually be nice about it. They'll use simpler words to help you understand.
That's good to know. I think many learners are afraid to admit they don't understand.
I know, but being honest is much better than pretending you understand. If you pretend, the conversation gets confusing later.
True, it's better to ask right away.
Exactly. And you know what? When you admit you don't understand something, it often makes people like you more.
Really? Why?
Because it shows you're humble and honest. It shows you're really trying to communicate with them. People appreciate that.
So vulnerability can actually help with making friends.
Absolutely. When you show you're learning, people want to help you. They become part of your learning journey. Yes, I've seen this happen so many times. Someone says, "I'm still learning English, so please be patient with me." And the other person says, "Oh, no problem. Your English is great. Where are you from?"
So being honest about learning can actually start a good conversation?
It can. It gives people context. They understand why you might speak slowly or make mistakes, and they're usually very supportive.
What about online friends? Can people make friends in English online?
Oh, yes, definitely. Online is actually a great place to practice English without fear.
Why is that?
Because you have more time to think. If you're chatting with someone online, you can read their message, think about your answer, and type it carefully.
So there's less pressure than speaking face to face.
Yes, for some people. Though, of course, video calls are different. Those are more like face-to-face conversations.
Where can people find friends online?
There are so many places: social media, language exchange apps, online communities about hobbies or interests.
Language exchange apps, what are those?
They're apps where you can find language partners. For example, if you speak Spanish and you're learning English, you can find someone who speaks English and is learning Spanish. You help each other.
Oh, that sounds helpful. You both teach and learn.
Exactly. It's a fair exchange, and it takes away some of the pressure because the other person is also learning a language. They understand what you're going through.
What about hobbies? You mentioned online communities about hobbies.
Yes, this is one of my favorite ways to practice English. Find something you love. Maybe you love cooking. Maybe you love photography. Maybe you love video games.
And then?
Then find an online group about that hobby. Join discussions, share your photos or your ideas, talk about what you love.
And because you love the topic, it's easier to talk about.
Much easier. When you're passionate about something, the words come more naturally. You're not thinking, "Oh no, I have to practice English." You're thinking, "I want to share this cool thing."
The focus is on the hobby, not on the language.
Exactly. And that's when the best learning happens, when you forget you're learning.
When you forget you're learning. I like that phrase.
It's true. Some of the best English practice happens when you're just having fun and enjoying a conversation.
Can we talk about mistakes again? I know we mentioned it before, but I think it's such a big fear for people.
Sure, let's dive deeper into mistakes. What specific mistakes worry people the most?
I think grammar mistakes, like using the wrong tense or forgetting an S on a word.
Okay, let's talk about that. Yes, grammar is important, but you know what's more important? getting your message across.
The message is more important than perfect grammar.
Much more important. Let me give you an example. If someone says to me, "Yesterday I go to the store," I understand them completely.
Even though it should be went, not go.
Right, it should be went. But did I understand what they meant? Yes. Did they successfully communicate? Yes.
So the communication worked even with the mistake.
Exactly. Now, should you try to improve your grammar? Sure, over time. But should you be terrified of grammar mistakes? No.
What about mistakes with words, like using the wrong word completely?
That happens too. Sometimes you use the wrong word and people might be confused for a moment, but usually people can figure it out from context.
From context.
Yes, from the situation and the other words you use. Let me tell you a funny story. My friend, Yuki, she's from Japan. She once told me, "I'm so exciting to see you."
Exciting instead of excited?
Yes, the correct word is excited. But you know what? I knew exactly what she meant, and it was a little funny, so we both laughed.
Did you correct her?
I did, but gently. I said, "I'm excited to see you too." So she heard the correct word, but I didn't make a big deal about her mistake.
That's a nice way to correct someone, just using the right word naturally in your response.
Yes, it's much better than saying, "You made a mistake." You should say excited, not exciting. That feels too much like a teacher correcting a student.
Right, it feels harsh.
Exactly. In real conversations, people usually correct each other very gently, if at all.
What if someone corrects you harshly? How should you respond?
Good question. If someone corrects you harshly, you can just say, "Oh, thank you," and continue the conversation. Don't let it stop you from speaking.
Don't let it stop you. That's important.
Very important. Some people are rude. That's their problem, not yours. Most people are kind and patient.
So focus on the kind people, not the rude ones.
Yes, surround yourself with people who support your learning, people who encourage you, not people who make you feel bad.
You're right. It is good life advice. Can we talk about confidence? How can people feel more confident speaking English?
Ah, confidence. This is the big one, isn't it?
I think so. Fear often comes from lack of confidence.
You're right. So, how do you build confidence? The answer is simple, but not always easy. You have to practice.
Practice makes confidence?
Yes, every time you speak English, even just a little bit, you build confidence. Every conversation is practice.
So the more you speak, the more confident you become?
Exactly. It's like learning to ride a bike. At first, you're scared, you fall down, but you keep trying, and eventually, you can ride without thinking about it.
English is the same?
Very similar. At first, every sentence feels scary, but the more you speak, the more natural it becomes.
What if someone doesn't have many chances to practice?
You can create chances. Talk to yourself in English. I know that sounds strange, but it helps.
Talk to yourself, like out loud?
Yes, when you're alone, practice speaking. Describe what you're doing. I'm making coffee. I'm pouring water. Now I'm waiting for the coffee to brew.
That's like narrating your life.
Exactly. It helps you practice forming sentences quickly, and there's no pressure because nobody is listening.
What else can people do to practice?
Read out loud. Take a book or an article in English and read it out loud. This helps with pronunciation and fluency.
Does it matter what you read?
Not really. Read things you enjoy. If you like cooking, read recipes. If you like sports, read sports news. The important thing is that you're speaking the words.
What about watching TV shows or movies in English?
That's great for listening, but for speaking practice, try repeating what the characters say. Pause the video and say the line yourself.
Oh, like acting?
Yes, kind of. It's fun, and it helps you practice natural English. You learn how native speakers stress words and use rhythm.
Rhythm in speaking?
Yes, English has a rhythm. Some words are stressed, some are not. Some parts of sentences are faster, some are slower. When you repeat after native speakers, you start to feel this rhythm.
So it's not just about the words, but how you say them.
Right, the music of the language. Every language has its own music.
That's a beautiful way to think about it. The music of the language.
It is. And when you start to hear and feel that music, speaking becomes much easier and more natural.
I want to go back to something. You mentioned surrounding yourself with supportive people. How do you find these people?
Great question. Look for language learners like yourself. Look for patient native speakers. Look for communities that focus on growth and encouragement.
Where are these communities?
They can be online or in person. Many cities have conversation clubs or language meetups. You can search online for English Conversation Group plus your city name.
And these are groups where people practice together?
Yes, usually there are people from many different countries all practicing English together. Everyone is learning, so everyone is supportive.
That sounds less scary than talking to native speakers alone.
It can be, yes, because everyone understands the struggle. Everyone has made mistakes. Everyone has felt nervous.
You're all in the same boat?
Exactly. That's a great expression. In the same boat means you're all in the same situation.
I like that expression.
It's a useful one. You can use it in many situations. If you and your friend are both studying for a difficult test, you can say, "We're in the same boat."
So it shows you understand what someone else is going through.
Yes, it shows empathy and connection.
Let's talk about goals. Should people have goals for their English speaking?
Goals can be helpful, but they should be realistic and kind.
Realistic and kind? What do you mean?
Realistic means achievable. Don't say, "I want to speak perfect English in 1 month." That's not realistic.
What would be a realistic goal?
Maybe, "I want to have a 5-minute conversation with someone new this month." That's achievable and specific.
And kind? What does kind mean for goals?
Kind means not beating yourself up if you don't achieve it perfectly. Maybe you only have a 2-minute conversation, not 5 minutes. That's still progress. That's still good.
So celebrate the progress, not just the perfect achievement.
Yes, celebrate every step forward. Every conversation is a victory.
Every conversation is a victory. I really like that.
It's true. Think about it. Every time you speak English, you're doing something brave. You're putting yourself out there.
Even if it's just saying hello to someone?
Even that, especially if saying hello makes you nervous. If you do it anyway, that's brave.
What about people who are very shy, not just about English, but shy in general?
Being shy is okay. You don't have to become a different person to speak English. You can be shy and still communicate well.
How?
Start with writing. Send messages or emails in English. This gives you time to think and doesn't require face-to-face interaction.
And then gradually move to speaking?
Yes, when you're ready. Maybe start with one-on-one conversations instead of groups. Groups can be overwhelming for shy people.
One-on-one feels safer?
For many people, yes. There's less pressure. You're not competing for attention. You can go at your own pace.
What should shy people talk about?
Start with topics you're comfortable with. If you love books, talk about books. If you love animals, talk about animals. Your passion will help you overcome shyness.
Because you care more about the topic than about being nervous?
Exactly. Your interest in the subject becomes bigger than your fear.
That's a powerful idea.
It really is. I've seen very shy people become animated and talkative when discussing their favorite topics.
So finding your passion helps with confidence.
Absolutely. Passion is a confidence builder.
We're getting close to the end of our time. Do you have any final advice for people who want to speak English without fear?
Yes, I have a few things. First, remember that everyone makes mistakes. Mistakes are not failures. They're part of learning.
Mistakes are part of learning.
Second, be patient with yourself. Learning a language takes time. You won't be fluent tomorrow, and that's okay.
Patience is important.
Third, focus on communication, not perfection. If people understand you, you're succeeding.
Communication over perfection.
Fourth, practice regularly, even if it's just a little bit each day. 5 minutes a day is better than 0 minutes.
Regular practice, even small amounts.
And finally, be kind to yourself. Talk to yourself the way you would talk to a good friend. Encourage yourself. Celebrate your progress.
Self-kindness is so important.
It really is. Many people are their own worst critics. They would never talk to a friend the way they talk to themselves.
That's true. We're often much harder on ourselves than on others.
So change that. Be your own best friend. Support yourself. Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. That's a great place to end.
I think so too. Remember, everyone who speaks English well today was once a beginner. Everyone had fears. Everyone made mistakes.
But they kept going.
They kept going, and now they can communicate in English. You can do the same.
The journey might be long, but it's worth it.
Absolutely worth it. Every conversation you have, every person you meet, every new idea you encounter, it's all worth it.
And the fear gets smaller over time?
Much smaller. Eventually, you'll look back and think, why was I so afraid? But for now, just take one small step at a time.
One small step. I like that. What's the first step people should take?
The first step is deciding you're going to try. Deciding that you're not going to let fear stop you. That's the biggest, most important step.
Making the decision to try.
Yes. After that, everything else is just practice, and practice gets easier over time.
So to everyone listening, make that decision today. Decide you're going to speak English without fear.
Even if your hands shake, even if your voice is quiet, even if you make mistakes, just try.
Just try. That's all you need to do.
That's all. The trying is what matters. The courage to speak, to communicate, to connect with others.
And remember, the person you're talking to probably wants to understand you. They want the conversation to work too.
Exactly. Most people are kind, most people are patient, most people are rooting for you.
So trust in that kindness.
Trust in kindness, trust in yourself, and trust in the process. Learning takes time, but you will improve.
You will improve. That's a promise?
That's a promise. If you practice regularly and don't give up, you will get better. That's how learning works.
I hope everyone listening feels encouraged.
Me too. I hope they feel ready to try, ready to speak, ready to make mistakes and learn from them.
Ready to join conversations without fear.
Yes, ready to connect with people from all over the world, ready to share their ideas and hear new ideas.
That's the beauty of language, isn't it? Connection.
It really is. Language is a bridge between people. And English is a bridge that connects so many different cultures and countries.
So by learning English, you're building bridges.
Beautiful way to put it. You're building bridges to new friends, new opportunities, new experiences.
And every word you speak is a brick in that bridge?
I love that metaphor. Yes, every word, every sentence, every conversation adds to your bridge.
So keep building, everyone. Keep adding bricks to your bridge.
Keep building, keep trying, keep speaking. Your future self will thank you.
Your future self will be proud of you for starting today.
Absolutely. So start today. Start now, even if it's just saying one sentence out loud in English.
One sentence is enough to begin.
One sentence is perfect to begin, and tomorrow maybe 2 sentences, and the day after maybe 3.
Small steps lead to big changes.
They really do. I've seen it happen so many times. People who could barely say hello are now having full conversations, making friends, living their dreams.
That's inspiring.
It is, and it can be your story too. You just have to start.
Well, I think that's a great message to end on. Thank you for this conversation.
Thank you. This was wonderful. I hope everyone listening feels empowered and encouraged.
I hope so too. Remember, everyone, speaking English without fear is possible. You can do this.
You absolutely can. We believe in you.
Good luck, everyone. We'll talk to you next time.
Yes, next time. Until then, keep practicing, keep trying, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. And remember, be brave, be kind to yourself, and speak without fear.